walk in the woods, a trip to the beach, or an adventure into the wild may be filled with potential danger. The danger of encountering a deadly animal. In the waters along the coast of Florida, it might be a shark attack. In the swamps of the southeastern United States, it might be a hungry alligator. If you're in Texas, it might be a strike from a western diamondback rattlesnake. In the rainforests of Central and South America, it might be a confrontation with a jaguar. In Africa, it might be the deadly black mamba snake. Wherever you go, there is a chance you'll encounter dangerous wildlife. Now, step into the danger zone and meet some of the world's most dangerous animals on this edition of Unspoiled Planet. Ecotourism draws people into nature to experience its beauty, the breathtaking views, the incredible colors, the serenity of the surroundings, and of course, the chance to encounter wildlife. In most cases, an adventure with nature is a pleasant experience without incident. However, there is always the element of danger. Let's take our own expedition and see some of the world's most dangerous animals. Lions, the king of the jungle, are large and ferocious. Known for their mighty roar, great speed, and awesome strength, these dangerous cats are hunters. Females make most of the kills. They have muscular back legs for pouncing, front legs for attacking prey, and strong jaws to handle a large catch such as wildebeest, zebra, giraffe, buffalo, and antelope. Lions once dominated the African continent. Today, lions are non-existent in northern Africa, and the number of lions in Central and Western Africa are so low that biologists predict they will not survive in those regions. Lions are primarily nocturnal, meaning they are most active at night. They appear to be surprisingly lazy, often spending up to 20 hours per day resting. They rest to conserve energy, avoid the African heat, and wait for prey. While they rest, African lions tend to socialize in groups called prides. Today, the lion population in Africa is less than 21,000. While the numbers are declining, they are not considered endangered or threatened. The African lion is particularly known for its most famous feature, its mane. Only male lions have a mane. When the lions are young, the mane is yellow. As the male grows older, the mane darkens until it becomes dark brown. Males typically weigh between 330 and 550 pounds. Females are a bit smaller, weighing between 260 and 400 pounds. These cats are usually 8 to 10 feet long, not including the tail. In the wild, lions live to be 15 to 18 years old. In captivity, they generally live 25 to 30 years. A fun trip to the beach can end in tragedy when sharks are in the water. In the late 1990s, a series of shark attacks in Florida and along the Atlantic coast of the United States struck fear in many people. Most people incorrectly believe that sharks are dangerous eating machines that randomly attack people. In many attacks, the shark bites and releases its victim. With teeth hard as steel and sharp as razors, the damage can be devastating, but rarely fatal. There is no question that being attacked by a shark can be terrifying. They certainly look vicious and are threatening, but looks can be deceiving. The fact is, sharks only eat when they are hungry and often go for days or even weeks without feeding. Sharks tend to swallow their food whole or in large chunks. When they do eat, they mostly prefer fish, mollusks, and crustaceans. Humans are not on the menu. Of the nearly 400 different species, only 30 have been involved in attacks on humans. Most experts believe that shark attacks on humans are generally cases of mistaken identity. In 1969, after analyzing the archives of shark attack files, H. David Baldridge, a shark expert for the Navy, published the first scientific paper to suggest that most shark attacks are not motivated by feeding.
We went through all of these files, so that in a great percentage of the cases there was very little tissue loss, that a great number of the wounds were slashes and not bites, and that most victims survived. I started considering then that if this were true, that a lot of the wounds were slashes and not bites, the people were surviving. The sharks are extremely effective feeders. Perhaps a great percentage of shark attacks were not attempts to feed at all. But in about 3/4 of the cases, it might have to do with simply that you present to the shark, from the shark's point of view, some form of threat. And this is a preemptive strike of some kind. It could just be a probing strike to see what you are.
Sharks are dangerous, but keep in mind that statistically, shark attacks are rare. In the United States, you have a greater chance of being in a fatal bicycle accident than being killed by a shark, and a greater chance of being struck by lightning than being attacked by a shark. Up next, watch your step. Meet the world's most dangerous snakes on Unspoiled Planet. There are many dangerous snakes in the world. Maybe that's why so many people fear them. The largest venomous snake in the world is the king cobra. It grows up to 18 feet long. It is also the only snake that makes a nest to lay its eggs. They are usually found in the forests of Southeast Asia, India, Malaysia, and the Philippines. Even though the king cobra is colorblind, it has better eyesight than most snakes. The most recognizable feature of a cobra is its hood. When it senses danger, the cobra assumes a threat posture by rising up, hissing loudly, and revealing its hood, flattening its neck ribs, flaring its skin and muscle behind its head to appear bigger and more threatening to predators. These awesome snakes can stand up from 3 to 6 feet tall, 1/3 of its total length. They can look you in the eye and have the ability to move forward in this intimidating posture. When a cobra strikes, it forces venom through its hollow fangs. Cobra venom is a neurotoxin, meaning it attacks the nervous system of its victim. One bite can paralyze and kill their prey within minutes, stopping the lungs and heart. Even though the king cobra is large and has a reputation for being a fierce snake, it really is not an aggressive animal. Don Middaugh is a snake expert with the Catoctin Wildlife Preserve and Zoo in Maryland. He is quite familiar with the king cobra.
It's a very alert snake, and in fact it's considered probably the most intelligent snake on the planet. They're very alert. They actually, I hate to say it, are almost mammal-like, and most reptiles, and snakes in particular, are not really intelligent animals. It's more instinctive than a learned behavior. But in the case of king cobras, they're alert enough and actually seem to learn how doors open, how shifts work. They'll work at it to try to get through it. They have fairly ritualistic behavior. So if you work with the behavior, but it's one of the top snakes to work with, and they're not always the easiest to work with. I've seen kings do amazing things in my career.
Although it is rarely seen in the wild, one of the most deadly and feared snakes in the world is the coastal taipan from Australia. The taipan's plain appearance may lead some people to believe this snake is not particularly dangerous, but do not be deceived. It is one of the world's deadliest. When attacking its prey, the taipan delivers an extremely swift and accurate first strike. injecting its venom, a fatal neurotoxin. Then the taipan retreats, allowing its victim to leave, while the venom takes effect. Like many snakes, after a short delay, the taipan trails its prey by following its scent, then devours its meal. Taipans eat small mammals, especially rodents. Like most reptiles, digestion is a very slow process, and they may go for days or weeks without eating. Taipans are active during the day, but in extremely hot weather, they prefer to hunt at night. They are big, growing to 9.5 feet long. As their name suggests, coastal taipans prefer living near wet coastal areas. Sometimes they are found in sugarcane fields as well as open woodland areas. Black mambas are one of Africa's most dangerous and feared snakes. Not only are these snakes deadly, they are fierce and fast, capable of moving at 7 miles per hour, one of the fastest in the world. It's a long, slender snake that has deadly neurotoxic venom. They grow to 7.5 to 9.5 feet long. The name black mamba causes some confusion. They are not black, but come in a variety of dark colors like dark olive, olive green, grayish brown, and metal gray. Its name comes from the inside of its mouth, which is black. They are widespread in Africa and prefer abandoned termite mounds and animal holes for shelter. There is also the deadly green mamba. They share many similarities and yet have some significant differences with the black mamba. Black mambas are terrestrial snakes, meaning they prefer to spend their time on the ground, but green mambas prefer to live in trees. Here, they are quite happy together in the branches and are even exhibiting courtship behavior by sliding their bodies together. Mating occurs in the spring after the male finds a female by following her scent trail. Copulation can be drawn out to over a couple of hours or even days. In the wild, these snakes live in different but overlapping areas of Africa, but their temperaments are quite different. Both snakes prefer to flee danger. However, when provoked and faced with a threat, the black mamba becomes hyperactive and very aggressive. It can make repeated strikes that are so violent that almost half its body lifts off the ground. In contrast, green mambas tend to be shy and passive. In the United States, the western diamondback is one of the most dangerous rattlesnakes. It can deliver a fatal bite. This rattler will coil, rattle fearsomely, and stand its ground when threatened. This species is responsible for biting hundreds of people each year, more than any other venomous snake in the United States. Jim Stout is a snake collector in Texas. When he was 17, a rattlesnake bit him on the thumb.
By the time I made it to the hospital, my hand was swollen such that all my fingers touched, all the skin touched on my fingers. And my thumb had turned black. My arm was swollen probably twice, maybe 3 times the size it started out. It was, I just can't emphasize how painful something like this is. And it was a little embarrassing too.
A particularly vicious species of rattler is this neotropical rattlesnake. Its highly toxic venom is usually fatal. The neotropical rattler lives in Central and South America and is most active at dusk. An interesting difference from its North American cousins is its skin patterns, a combination of stripes and diamonds, 2 unique patterns on one body. You've seen some of the world's most dangerous animals. When Unspoiled Planet continues, does size matter? Prepare to meet some of the biggest animals in the world. Some of the world's most fascinating animals are some of the world's biggest. When it comes to big, the elephant is the first animal that comes to mind. It is the world's largest living land mammal. An elephant can spend nearly 16 hours a day eating. When fully grown, an elephant weighs about 13,000 pounds and is 18 to 21 feet long. They can live in nearly any habitat, providing adequate quantities of food and water, but they prefer areas of plentiful grass. Here, tourists are allowed a personal encounter with these pachyderms. They seem to enjoy the company and the steady supply of snacks they bring with them. The elephant's most remarkable and unique feature is its muscular trunk. With two finger-like structures at its tip, an elephant can use its trunk to reach as high as 23 feet and perform multiple tasks. With its trunk, the elephant can smell things, hold things, signal others, gather food, siphon water, or dig a hole. The trunk is capable of performing delicate movements, such as picking berries or caressing a companion, as well as powerful motions capable of tearing down trees or fighting. Classified as an endangered species, there are roughly 500,000 elephants alive today, mostly in Africa. The second largest land mammal next to the elephant is the rhinoceros. They can weigh up to 8,000 pounds and stand 6 feet tall. The rhinoceros is known for its highly prized horn. Some species have one horn, others have two. While the rhino horn trade is illegal, they are still popular targets for poachers. The horns are sought after as status symbols, medicinal remedies, and even aphrodisiacs. Growing to lengths up to 5 feet, the rhino's horn is its chief defense weapon. The males mark their territory and will use their horn and their powerful body to defend it. Today, these rhinos seem to need some practice. Like heavyweight champions, these fighters can go horn to horn for hours. There are a few species of rhinos. These are white rhinos. But as you can see, they really aren't white. White rhinos have terrible eyesight, but a keen sense of smell. The population of white rhinos is currently at about 12,000. Of all the rhinos, these are the least endangered. The largest mammal living in the wild of North America is the bison. These wild creatures live for about 35 years and grow to 6 feet tall at the shoulder, 10 to 12 feet long, and about 2,000 pounds, about the size of an SUV. Most people don't think of buffalo being fast or being able to jump, especially when compared to a horse. It is widely known that horses are fast and capable of leaping over high jumps. However, most people don't know that a bison can outrun and outjump a horse. Buffalo can jump a 6-foot fence, run at speeds up to 35 miles per hour in a matter of moments, and turn on a dime. At first glance, they may look docile, but make no mistake, without much warning, they become fierce and aggressive, especially if provoked. Both males and females have horns. They are, in a word, unpredictable. The size, strength, and speed of the buffalo are no match for most predators, even a grizzly bear. Their sharp horns and hoofs are deadly weapons. With more than 350,000 bison roaming the United States again, most experts agree the return of the buffalo is a conservation success story. Tigers are the largest cats in the world. Here is a pair of rare white tigers. These days, white tigers are usually only found in zoos. Males can weigh from 400 to 570 pounds. They can grow to more than 10 feet long. Females are smaller, growing to nearly 9 feet long and weighing around 350 pounds. The tail alone is 3 to 4 feet long. Sometimes people mistakenly believe that white tigers are an albino species. White tigers occur when both tigers that mate carry the gene for white coloring. They are powerful and beautiful. Their white coat with dark stripes is accentuated by blue eyes and a pink nose. The largest cat in the Western Hemisphere and the third largest cat in the world is the jaguar. They grow to 6 feet long and weigh up to 300 pounds. The jaguar gets its name from an Indian word meaning "he who kills with one leap." Adult jaguars are loners. They do not live in family units or pairs. They only come together for a short time to breed. Jaguars hunt at night, preying on a wide variety of animals, large and small, including mice, birds, tapir, and cattle. Jaguars are territorial, meaning they tend to live in a home range area. The size of the territory is usually a few square miles, but depends on the availability of food. In the Coxcomb Basin of Belize, jaguars roam over a territory of about 12 square miles. According to one Indian myth, the jaguar acquired its beautiful spotted coat by daubing mud on its body with its paws. On close inspection, the markings do resemble paw prints. Because of its yellowish coat covered with black spots and rings, the jaguar is often confused with the leopard. But the jaguar is larger, stockier, and has a broad head and shorter legs and tail. Black jaguars are also common. Big, black, and beautiful. These black cats actually have spots too. Black spots on their black coat. Some people believe black jaguars are bigger and more aggressive than the spotted jaguars, but there is no evidence that is true. Jaguars are powerful animals with sharp eyes. They are very agile, able to easily maneuver through the jungle and climb trees. Despite its dominant position in relation to other animals, the spotted jaguar is considered an endangered species. Standing up to 19 feet tall, giraffes are the world's tallest animals. These long-necked wonders eat from the treetops, usually acacia trees. They also occasionally eat grass and fruits of various trees and shrubs. Giraffes can go for days without drinking water by getting hydration from the leaves they eat. But when thirsty, this incredible animal must spread its front legs apart to lower its head to the ground because its neck is so long. Many people are surprised to learn that despite its long neck, the giraffe has only 7 vertebrae, exactly the same number as man and most other mammals. Notice how the giraffe's front legs appear to be much longer than its hind legs. It's just an illusion. The fact is, the front legs are only slightly longer. Also, notice how the giraffe walks, moving both legs on one side forward at the same time. However, when the giraffe moves faster, its gait changes by simultaneously swinging the hind legs ahead of and outside the front legs. This allows giraffes to reach speeds of 35 miles per hour. They primarily live in Africa, where their populations are stable. Giraffes can weigh up to 3,000 pounds and live to be about 25 years old. They may spend 16 to 20 hours a day eating, but consume only about 65 pounds of foliage. Surprisingly, this large animal can survive on as little as 15 pounds of food per day. Now you've seen some of the world's largest and most dangerous animals, each one an amazing and unique part of this unspoiled planet.